Hey guys, it's Gaia, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm about to start my third year at Nottingham Trent University studying psychology of criminology. So because of COVID, chances are there probably won't be any face-to-face open days anytime soon. And you guys are going to want to feel like you know what kind of university this is before you apply or accept your offer. So today is essentially a virtual open day. I will be going through all the things that I wish I knew when I first started looking at Nottingham Trent University and all the things that I wish I knew when I started at NTU. If you want more help on deciding whether NTU is for you or making sure that you're ready to come here, I have a whole playlist dedicated to Nottingham Trent University. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll link it above. The playlist has a variety of videos on there, from day in the life vlogs, why I chose NTU, to how to prepare for university, and much more. If you do find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up. And if you're new and would like even more university advice and to join this cute YouTube family we've got going on, feel free to click that subscribe button. I'd be more than happy to have you. But other than that, get yourself a drink, make yourself comfortable, and let's get on with this ultimate Nottingham Trent University guide. So to start off with, we are going to strip back to basics and first talk about all of the Nottingham Trent campuses, because surprisingly a lot of students don't actually know like all of the campuses and what each of them have to offer. So the three main Nottingham Trent campuses are City, Clifton and Brackenhurst. We also have a creative campus which is called Confetti, so technically we have 4 campuses, but not actually a lot of people know about Confetti and what courses they offer there. I'll include a screenshot here so you know all the amazing facilities that Confetti offers, especially if this is the campus that you're going to be learning on. Moving back to the 3 main ones that you will most likely have heard of, we first have City, which is the largest campus we have at NTU, where around 16,000 students study. It's also home to the Nottingham Business School, the Nottingham Law School, School of Architecture, Design and the Built Environment, School of Art and Design, School of Social Sciences and the Centre of Broadcasting and Journalism. So if your course belongs to one of these schools, chances are you'll be studying on City campus. Next, we're moving on to Clifton, which is the second biggest Nottingham Trent campus, which houses around 8,000 students and is home to the School of Arts and Humanities, School of Science and Technology and the Nottingham Institute of Education. Clifton is also known for having state-of-the-art labs and STEM facilities, and for any of you guys who are into sports or fitness, you'll probably like to know that the Clifton Campus Sports Village is home to the Lee Westwood Sports Centre, which is like, even though every single campus has like a gym, the Lee Westwood Sports Centre is like technically our like main sports centre. It's where like all the sports teams and like clubs meet up, and I think it's a slightly bigger gym than the one in City or Brackenhurst. Again, if you'd like to know a list of the facilities, I'll leave a screenshot here. Finally, moving on to Brackenhurst, which is technically coined the campus that like no one really goes to, only because it's like slightly further out than the other 2 campuses, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have an amazing time there. I've been to Brackenhurst several times and it is such a lovely campus. Like I said, because it's slightly out of the way, it is the smallest campus and is home to only 1,700 students. But not only that, it is also home to all the animals on the farm, animal unit and equestrian centre. It is also home to the School of Animal, Rural and Environmental Sciences. Some people say Brackenhurst is technically the prettiest campus because it is home to 500 acres of beautiful Nottingham countryside. I'm pretty sure they also have a new building called, it's either the Lift building or the Life building, which is due to open in September 2020, which will house a new cafe and dining area, an exhibition space and a large lecture theatre. All of the 3 main NTU campuses have a library and a gym. Even if you live on one of the other campuses, you're more than welcome to use the gym or the library on another campus. So for example, if you live on Clifton campus, you're more than welcome to use the library in City campus. Unfortunately, none of the campuses have a swimming pool. If you want to go swimming, you have to basically go to uni of. I think you have to basically get the tram over there. That is one of the only downsides, that even though NTU has such amazing facilities when it comes to sports, unfortunately we don't have a swimming pool. So if you are interested in swimming, you probably will have to pay our rival uni a visit. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is what you will receive when you first get here at Nottingham Trent University. So even if you have already accepted your offer, you will also still need to enroll properly, and that basically means that the university see you as like one of their own students, and then you're able to get things like student discounts. So when you enroll at Nottingham Trent University, you will receive one of of these, which is your student card. This is mine. It's a bit battered since I've had it for nearly 3 years, but it basically just has like your picture, like your name, when it expires, and like your student number. On the back as well, something that I find really handy, it also has some really important contact details, both for NTU and also for like other places such as the police, Samaritans, NHS, a range of different people to contact if you ever need help. When I came to NTU, not only did I receive one of these, but I also received obviously my accommodation fob for my flat, and I also received an NTU lanyard and my freshers wristband. So you are still going to be able to collect a few cool things when you first join us. Next thing I want to talk about is the SU, which is basically the student union, and every single campus also has a student union. However, they're all called slightly different things. So in Clifton campus it's called the Point, in Brackenhurst I think it's called Brack Bar, and on City campus technically we have like 3 merged into one because the City is quite a big campus. So we have the Level, the Landing and the Loft, but it's all combined in one big SU. The student union is basically home to all the societies and clubs that you might want to join while you're at Nottingham Trent University. The actual buildings on each campus basically have several open spaces and bars you can go sit down in, that you can go eat and drink in if you want to go work or sit with friends. The prices have actually been really decent. You can get a variety of different meals in there as well, hot and cold. The student union also throws club nights during the week. Some events are actual club nights, whereas some events are just for pre-drinks. So the pre-drink events throughout the week are called Quids In and First Base. These are for Rock City and Ocean. I don't think there's any more. The actual club nights we have are on Friday and Saturday night. Saturday nights is called Climax and is quite a popular night during the week for students. Friday, I don't think has a name, but like every so often they have LGBTQ nights called Neon, and they also have club nights specifically for rock and like alternative music, which is called Revolt. Revolt is quite a fairly new club night. They only just introduced it last year. So for all you guys that like While She Sleeps and Bring Me the Horizon, Revolt is for you. The student union also has a shop, which is basically just called the NTSU Shop, which you will basically be able to find on each campus. This shop is almost like a mix between like a newsagent and like a merch shop. You have like everything that you expect to find in like a newsagent, stuff like sweets, drinks, meal deals, but you also have things like ready meals, pizzas, just like little student essentials that you might need, say if you've like run out of food. Not only do we have things like that in the student shop, we also have basically a corner of the shop dedicated to everything Nottingham Trent. So if you were looking to get some, I guess you could call it merch, we sell hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, water bottles, literally everything that has Nottingham Trent University's name on it. They are a bit pricey, but they are good quality. So if you are interested in getting one of the famous Nottingham Trent hoodies, nip down to your closest NTSU shop and you'll be able to find them. So the next bit I'm going to talk about is all the NTU accommodation. So the official list is Blenheim, Brackenhurst Ensuite, Bramley Cottages, Byron, College Drive, Gilsheet North, Gilsheet South, Hampton, Meridian Court, New Hall, Norton Court, Peveril, Sandby, Simpsons and the Maltings. And basically I've coloured each accommodation depending on which campus they're located on. If I haven't already mentioned in the video, I live on City campus, so even though I will be talking about the other campuses, my expertise is on City campus. I lived in Gilsheet South in first year. Typically the popular student accommodations that you will find at NTU are Byron, Gilsheet South and New Hall. However, that's not to say that any of the other NTU accommodations aren't good. I've never heard of any major problems like mould or really bad things happening in any of the accommodations. I think every single accommodation actually gets a weekly cleaner. Not only are Byron, Gilsheet South and New Hall the more popular student accommodations, they're also some of the most expensive, and it's probably because they are slap bang on campus. So if you're looking for nice lions and not having to get a bus or anything, then I suggest living in those. However, all of those are also known as party accommodations. Like I said, I lived in Gilsheet South and you could always hear students. I think Byron's a bit more of a party uni just because it is literally above the SU, so there's a lot of pre-drinks that happen in Byron. I think also Peveril and Gilsheet North sometimes get a bit rowdy, so if you're looking for a great party atmosphere, I recommend the ones I've just mentioned. If you're looking for something quieter, I recommend accommodation that's slightly further away because you won't get as many flat parties. Most of the student accommodations are en suite, however there are a few that do share communal bathrooms. If you'd like to know more information about what exactly each accommodation offers, I will leave a link to the NTU accommodation accommodation guide down below, just so this video doesn't get like too long and I'm not sat here for like 3 hours explaining every single accommodation to you guys. If you unfortunately are not able to live in any of the NTU owned accommodation, that is completely okay. You can still have an amazing university time, and there are loads of private accommodation options across Nottingham. Some of the most popular private accommodation places are the Glass House, Student Roost, IQ Student Accommodation, Mansion Place, Russell View and Talbot Point, to name a few. Even if it is private accommodation, don't worry, you can still find so many first years or students that are in your year who are going to NTU, and all of the prices are still decent. I think actually private accommodation is actually kind of more bougie from what I've seen, especially if you live in Student Roost, which is basically like a student company, and they have several private accommodation buildings across Nottingham. Now for the next bit, I'm going to talk about societies. So there is over 120 societies at Nottingham Trent, so there's tons for you to get stuck into, and if you can't find a society to your liking, you can always create one. I really do recommend joining societies while you're here at Nottingham Trent University, and if you are planning to join some, I will leave a link down below to the official SU list of societies for you to scroll through and see what you like. Typically, most of the societies ask for a £5 membership fee, and I think even some of the sports teams do as well. But if you're not sure, like I said, check out that link below, because they should state in the description of the society whether they want you to pay a membership fee. That £5 membership fee though will last you for the entire year and will even possibly offer you extra benefits and incentives. Like I know for societies such as Rock Sock and Cocktail Society, they offer like actual like membership cards that you can then use in places like Rock City or like bars and get like money off entry and drinks, which is like a really cool bonus. If you're interested in joining a sports team, they also run a sports fair in Freshers Week. They also offer you chances during Freshers Week to go to the tryouts and to even do the scheme which is called Play for Fun. So even if you don't want to play the sport competitively or join any like proper intensive teams, you can still do the sports, and in the Play for Fun sessions it's basically where you just do it for leisure really. So the next bit I'm going to talk about is probably one of the most popular things to talk about in Nottingham, especially for first years, which is the main clubs in Nottingham. I know since it is 2020 and currently none of the clubs are open properly apart from sit-down sessions, but despite that I'm still going to talk through what the main clubs are, because who knows, maybe in a few months time you guys will be able to experience how amazing the Nottingham nightlife truly is. I am just going to talk about the main clubs in Nottingham, but if you'd like to know every single club and bar there is in Nottingham, especially the ones that are like loved by Nottingham Trent students, I recently did a whole YouTube video outlining every single club and club night, and like I said, the popular bars. So if you'd like to watch that, I'll link it above. But yeah, the main clubs that Nottingham is known for are Rock City, Stealth, Rescue Rooms, Ocean, Pom Pom, Prism and Ink. We also used to have a LGBTQ club called Propaganda, but unfortunately because of the impact that COVID had on small businesses, Propaganda was sent into administration, so that is a shame. My personal favourite clubs have got to be Rock City, Ocean and Rescue Rooms. They all offer just different music and just a different atmosphere. And since we're on the topic of clubs, I can't not talk about the NTU tradition that is Ocean Wednesdays. If you have no idea what that is, basically every Wednesday societies and sports teams will dress up with their own themes of fancy dress. From say 6 PM you start drinking and going on this like crazy messy bar crawl around Nottingham until at 10 o'clock, where you rock up to Ocean and have a great time until 3 AM. Let me tell you, Ocean is known for being one of the messier nights out and clubs in Nottingham. When you come to NTU, you're bound to hear about some crazy, scandalous Ocean story involving some first years or like whatever. I've been to Ocean a few times and it is such a great night out. If you'd like to see some footage of one of my nights out to Ocean during Freshers Week last year, I will link the video down below. But yeah, like I said, even though COVID has stopped nightclubs being what they used to be, you can still go along to many of the clubs in Nottingham. They will be hosting sit-down music sessions, and I've been to a few so far and they've actually been quite decent. So if you are still looking for a good time, I do recommend trying them out. So the next area I'm going to talk about is all the modes of transport that you can get if you're a student, and how easily it is to get around Nottingham. So for many students, especially living on Clifton campus or Brackenhurst, you might find that you might want to go into the city. If you do, you have the choice of buses, trams and I guess even taxis. I don't really recommend taxis though, unless it's like a night out, and that's the only option though. If you want to get a bus For Clifton students it takes around 20 minutes to get into the city centre, whereas for BRAC students it takes around an hour, 40 minutes by car. The buses run every 8 minutes as well, which is amazing, and NTU actually technically have their own like bus, which actually technically goes straight onto the campus. So you are literally dropped between campuses, so it's not like you have to walk for ages after getting off the bus. However, for all you BRAC students that are very worried about getting an hour-long bus, don't worry. It's not like Brackenhurst is completely isolated. There is a nearby town, which I'm pretty sure is like a 30-minute walk. It's called Southall, which is basically filled with pubs, shops, restaurants, you name it. So honestly, don't worry if you are living on Brackenhurst this year. Like I mentioned before, they also have a tram service that you can get in Nottingham, and you can actually get a tram straight from Nottingham Trent Uni of. There's like a direct line, and the trams run quite frequently as well, which is great, and the fare is quite cheap as well. Nottingham Trent University actually have their own tram stop in City Campus as well, which is great. So if you are on the tram, you can literally get dropped straight outside your lecture building. The next area I'm going to talk about in this crazy guide of Nottingham Trent University is the student support services they offer. If you are in need of support, don't worry. They have student support services on every single campus, and you can normally find them in like the main building that is on that campus. So for City Campus, that's the Newton building. But basically the student support services is a place where you can get loads of different types of help from loads of different types of people, and I've had a few experiences with them and they honestly helped me so much. You can go to them for academic support, personal problems, finance, anything. During my first year at university, I found out I was dyslexic, and this was because NTU sped up the waiting list process, and they gave me a free assessment and diagnostic report with a professional ed psych, and this was then able to give me not only some peace of mind that I was no longer going to be disadvantaged, it also showed me all the other support I could get that I wasn't getting previously. I cannot thank NTU enough for like their services. If you're one of my OG subscribers, you will know that NTU have also helped me with a few like personal problems that have happened in my life while at university. Not only do they offer services such as counselling or someone to talk to, they also offer extensions, so you never have to feel like you are behind on work. So if you are struggling at NTU, or you do feel like you need to get some support, whether that is academic or personal, I really do recommend the student support services. Like, I literally couldn't rave about them more if I tried. Not only do you have support staff that you can go to at NTU, we also have a range of different other types of staff and even students that you can talk to if you need help. You can go to people like your tutor, your head of year, your course leader. We also have different types of student mentors at Nottingham Trent University that are here to help you and listen to you. So depending what you need, we have people such as the resident assistants who live in your accommodation halls, who will be there if you ever need help. We also have students called cert mentors who are basically like assigned to you when you first join in first year. They're almost like your buddy when you first join, and they're a really great port of call if you ever do need help with something. You'll know if they're a cert mentor because they'll be in a blue t-shirt, and you'll know if they're a resident assistant because they'll be in a pink t-shirt. Like I said though, there are so many other options and so many other people to go to. The next thing I want to talk about is what the academic life is like at Nottingham Trent University. So for most of you guys, you'll have a mixture of lectures, seminars and workshops. You will also have tutorials, but they will be less frequent, probably something like once a week. Normally they're all in person, but like I said, obviously because of COVID, this year most of your contact hours will be online. However, I think NTU are trying to adopt the like hybrid approach, which basically means most of your things will be online. However, they will try to get you into campus for at least an hour a week, just so you still get that like face-to-face teaching. Everything is still very new though, so I think Nottingham Trent are basically taking everything as it comes. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is basically all the juicy myths and assumptions we have at NTU. I'm pretty sure most of you will have heard the main ones, you know, the things like the fact that apparently we are a drug uni, party uni, and that all the students here are thick, no one works hard. Sadly, well technically not sadly, I think it's a good thing actually. I guess fortunately they're just myths. You will find at Nottingham Trent University, yes, there are a few students that do come here to party and do drugs. However, there are so many students and staff members that are really hardworking and academic. I definitely don't think it is a uni for like thick people, especially considering we also are on the league tables for a reason. If you'd like to watch a video that is solely on all the juicy assumptions and rumours that are about NTU, I will link it above. Hopefully it'll answer some of your burning questions. And last but not least, because I don't even know anymore how long this video is. Guess we'll see when I edit. I really wish I could talk a lot more about like the international student like experience at Nottingham Trent University. However, unfortunately, I am a UK student, so I can't like really give like an accurate review on what NTU is like for an international student. However, if you are an international student and you are worried about meeting people and feeling like you won't be able to fit into like the UK culture, don't worry. We have this place called the Global Lounge, which is I don't know if they have them on Clifton or Brackenhurst, but they definitely have it on City Campus, and it's recently been refurbished and moved, so we've got a really nice swanky new building. It's a really nice way to meet new people and connect with so many different cultures from around the world. We also have this week in, I think it's like early September or October, called Global Week, where we celebrate all the amazing cultures and international students that do come to NTU. Like I said, it is just a great way to meet some amazing new people and learn more about some cultures from around the world. If you are an international student and you are planning to start at NTU, don't worry though, you will fit right in. Like, Nottingham as a city is so culturally diverse. That's one reason why I just love it here, and everyone is so welcoming and lovely. So to make sure this video doesn't get like too long, I'm gonna leave it there really, but thank you so much for watching. This was my quick, crazy like summary, well, half summary, half detailed video about basically Nottingham Trent University and the ultimate freshers guide when coming here. I really hope I was able to give you a good insight into what university life is like here. Like I said, I am a third year, so I think I have got quite like a good, well-rounded like idea of the university. If you do have any more questions though, feel free to comment them down below. I'll be more than happy to reply to you. I really just want to make sure you guys feel confident about coming to the right university. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I really hope this helped. If it did, please give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really mean the world to me if you did, just so I know my advice is helping. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching. I've been Gaia, and this is the ultimate freshers guide to Nottingham Trent University. I love you all, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!